Hello? Matchbox has got a mind of its own. There's an idle jump scare. That is so weird. Oh, maybe we should light a match. Hello, everyone, and welcome back once again to One-Eyed Likho. Last time we lost our friend and then got him back, and I guess what to him feels like a better form than before, maybe. I don't know, man. I'm just trying not to feel so guilty considering we dragged him here and don't seem to have learned any lessons. But anyway, what we learned is that we need to venture down into the land of the dead, or I guess the faraway Sardom, or whatever you want to call it, in order to make things right. And it's going to require sacrifice. Can we burn this rope? Sure can. This all very much seems to function in layers, almost like Dante's Inferno. And that's something I find really cool, that this seems to be borrowing from various legends. Not only borrowing from various legends, but also, in a way, remixing them. Always a Cyclops, always a trickster hero, and their hubris always gets them hurt. What a thing to hide in the periphery. An angel either losing their own hand or forging one. We are a smith after all, so maybe we could come away with different takeaways from that. We could lift this up. But man, we have to constantly engage with this thing. What is this? An amalgam of statues wrapped around a corpse. At least one of those flesh bags that you like to string up everywhere. There's a frozen lever, no longer needed. Run away. Okie doke. I mean, I know an ominous hiss when I hear one. That's a sign to get out of here.
Спичками не получится.
No, the matches won't do. Are you sure? I mean, I feel like if you just held it up... No, I need something else. Also, there's another box down there. Will that melt some of the snow? Okay, what are you looking for? There's always a hint somewhere nearby. Ooh. And that's probably it. Now the question is how to read it. I can barely see it, honestly. In this case, it's... something, bird, ox, lion? Is there anything else? Oh, wait. Whoa, wait. There's different tracks here on the ground. So that looks like a lion's paw. 2 lion's paws. 4 hoof prints. What has human feet? You on top, you have human feet. So the numbers are going to be 3. I think it's 3. 1. Man, it's so hard to concentrate while also trying to think about the match and where that's at. It was 3, 1, 4, because those are hooves. Actually, if we don't have the match, we can see these things more clearly. Look at that. So I think most of this is right, but if we come upstairs, there's another hoof print that I hadn't seen. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is what you should be. Oh, you know what? There's another lion paw. There's another lion paw. Yeah, these are a thing now. There's also more of these along the wall. So that's going to be a page 1 restart. So I see 3 human foot impressions, although it can be kind of hard to make them out. So that's still going to be 1, 2, 3. Next is the bird feet. And for bird feet, we have 1, 2, 3. Right, that's 3. Ah, it's so hard to see. Okay, ox, or bull, or whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then lion's paws, 1, 2, 3. Wait. 1, 2, 3. I could have sworn there was another one. There we go.
Не буду оставлять.
Not going to leave it here. Tin and Visig. There were 11 of us brothers. Once we were traveling in a faraway land. As we walked, we stumbled upon a one-eyed Nart. He grabbed us all in his fist and threw us into his tobacco pouch. Back in his home, he took 10 of my brothers out from the bag and started gnawing on them as if they were nuts. He took me out as well, twirled me between his fingers, stared at me for a good while, then put me on the doorpost, saying I was too thin, and he went and lay down in his bed. Nart, one of a group of mythical deities and heroes figuring in the Nart sagas of the North Caucasus. As he often did, he stroked the back of a goat that pranced before his bed, calling it Data Goat. Soon he fell asleep. I slaughtered the goat and put on its skin. It means, okay, so Data means father or grandfather. I took a huge rock and gouged out the Nart's eye with it. I fell to all fours and started bleeding and running in circles around him. Nart jumped up and said twice, "Data Goat, don't let him out!" Then he patted me with his giant hand and accidentally moved a huge rock that was covering the exit. I sneaked out through the crack. Always escaping under the cover of pets or livestock also. I crossed 2 or 3 mountains and yelled, "It was I, the Daddy Goat, who blinded you!" The Nart took the rock that had covered the opening of his cave and threw it after me. Well, we'll leave us in suspense as to what actually happened, but I guess dead men tell no tales. I wonder if the same thing will happen here, if we'll be so convinced of our victory that something bad is going to happen to us. That worked. Ah, and we've another of these. That's good. Some kind of 7-eyed creature. Well, let's find out what this is about then. Any other hints around that I should know about? No, seriously, how does this translate into a 4-digit number? I do not see anything else. No text. Well, unless we count... Because I was looking at it in layers, and I thought, okay, 313, but maybe it's 1213? Oh, come on. There we go.
Скоро заполню книгу.
The book will be complete soon. One-eyed Likho. But wait, that's distinct from just Likho herself. I'm really glad I didn't miss this one. I mean, it's the title after all. One-eyed Likho. Once 4 boys met. 2 sons of a wealthy master and 2 sons of a poor man. The peasant boys said to the rich ones that they had never seen misfortune, and that should they encounter any, they wouldn't survive. The rich boys grew defensive, saying that they could endure misfortune just as well as any. So the peasant boys said to the young masters, "If you can bear various disasters, then take some bread and go deep into the forest, and walk there until you meet with some evil." Each side laid a wager of 10 rubles should the other forfeit. The next day, the wealthy children asked their father to let them go into the forest, but he would not allow it. Then the children snuck some bread and left in secret. They walked about 200 miles. At that point, the younger brother wanted to return home, but the elder refused. He persuaded his brother to go on. They decided they had supplies and plenty of money, so they would go ahead. In the evening, they came across a hut in the deep forest, with a roof covered with whole trees instead of planks. They went into the hut and saw many sheepskins. They thought it would be a good place to spend the night. Then the gates suddenly opened, and a flock of sheep came in, followed by a man with one eye. He came into the hut, saw the 2 boys, and said, "Now I'll have 2 breakfasts. I'll eat one of you now, and the other in the morning." He took a knife and stabbed the younger brother, the one who'd wanted to turn back, and boiled and ate him. He kept watch over the elder brother so he wouldn't run away. He sat at the threshold with a knife held in his hands. When night fell, the one-eyed man, Likho, fell asleep, and the boy decided to avenge his brother's death. He took a stake, sharpened it, and struck Likho right in his good eye. Likho jumped up and began to flail around the hut, cursing, but the boy easily kept hidden in the corners of the room. Likho could not find the boy, and let him be until morning. In the morning, Likho sat at the threshold. The sheep would come up to him, and he'd stroke them. The boy looked and thought, "How can I escape Likho without being caught?" He came up with the idea to put on a sheepskin and approach Likho like one of the lambs. So he put on a sheepskin and came up to Likho. Likho stroked him and said, "Good lamb, I'll keep you for another year." He grabbed him by the skin, lifted him up, and threw him over the fence. The boy was overjoyed and yelled, "Here's a good lamb for you." Likho jumped up, shouting, "You scoundrel, come back!" But the boy ran. Likho tried persuading him to stop and threw him a golden ring. Delighted, the boy slipped the ring on his finger. But as soon as he did, he found he could no longer run. Likho was getting closer. The boy was frightened, but he couldn't get the ring off. Without hesitation, he took out his jackknife and cut off his finger along with the ring, dropped it, and ran. "Well, your god is happy now," one-eyed Likho's screams followed him. The boy wrapped his hand with grass and went home. When he saw his parents, he was very happy and told them everything that happened. The next day, he went to the children of the poor man and told them the story too. He took the deposit and said, "Well, now I've seen evil and misfortune, and I know how hard it is for a poor man to live and endure various disasters." We've heard variations on this story not only throughout the game, but I guess throughout history and times and places. But it's only now that we get to see the conclusion, and it seems like, at least in the morality of the story, the protagonist is coming off better for it, having lost something but being more worldly. Maybe even a bit more compassionate, which is something our character could certainly use. Still, from a modern perspective, it's hard to see that as a good outcome. I guess everybody just forgot about their brother. Then again, the brother didn't get a sick spider body. Well, into the cave of death. My god. Now is not the time for your retching to give you away. It's like being online at the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. Look at you. A father talking to a son in a hut, maybe? My God. Looking for something more? Both of you missing hands. Pinhead from the Hellraiser series, I suppose? Honestly, Cenobites are the last thing we need right now. I'm definitely starting to think that the hand is going to be our cost. There's a staircase going down. I did not mean to toss it right there. I mean, we probably had to anyway to get moving. Oh, it's not the same one. That's hilarious. A curiosity trap. You know something's down here with us, and it would be foolish... It would be foolish to follow where it went, but I'm curious, and I don't want to miss any of these stories.
Надо найти другую дорогу.
I need to find another way. Well, that's a real creepy image, so I'm glad I saw it. Even if it was foolish of me to go this way. Seriously though, I really love the fact that the game's graphics take advantage of this type of lighting. It's very limited. But it works. The game's built around it. Oh no. Yep, that's what I thought! Well, look. These stories may serve as a warning, but they also serve as foreshadowing. And it means not only am I going to lose a hand, but you're going to lose an eye. You're a trick shot. Can he set fire to the manger? Or, I called it a manger because it has that crib thing in it. Come on. Burning just like your baby. You're a racerhead, baby. Oh, I guess we didn't have to make that trick shot. Well, we did. I just wish Taylor had seen it. Can we melt you? Guess not. I do think it's kind of cool that we have a light source that is limited but immediately replenishable. And it just gives us something to think about while we walk. We can decide how much of a risk we want to take every few seconds. Not to mention its many, many environmental uses. I mean, if you're going to have a walking simulator, you need something like this, I feel like, and... now we're screwed.
Серп.
A sickle.
Нет, не
No, I
отцепить.
can't get it free. Murals adorn the ceiling of this place. We could follow the ropes into the dark. Off and around the corner. Okay, I think we need to maybe unshackle this display.
Ugh, Закрыто.
It's locked.
Ugh, закрыто.
Locked. There's got to be something here we can open.
Какой-то замок.
Some kind of
Крепко
lock.
держит.
A sturdy one.
Их нет, не
Can't
открыть.
open it.
Перерубить бы его.
I wish I could cut it. Oh,
Портной,
hush.
как ты?
Taylor, are you okay? Not now. The exit is behind the locked door. See that sickle? You can cut the lock at the entrance with it.
Его эти проклятые веревки
Those ropes are
держат.
holding it in
Нужно их
place.
спалить к
I should
чертям.
burn the blasted things away. I'll open the grates. Look for some fuel in there. Aha. I see the lever. One moment. She's here. Hide. Hide where? Oh my god. No, 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 no. Where are you? Down here. Why did I say that? Oh no, am I gonna have to do this while you patrol? Alright, let's burn you guys. Hey,
Эту
weird head.
веревку сжег.
This rope is burned. Now on to the next. Oh, there's no other way out of here. There is. Okay. You can see me. Nope, you can't see anything. No, 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 no. There's actually a visual gauge. God. I was not expecting this to have gameplay so suddenly. No, 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 no. Give me the sickle.
Отцеплю те замки.
And we're out. I don't hear her anymore. I'm sorry, that was a lot of panic. I was not used to being that involved in gameplay. Dexterity of a brick. You could probably see the skip cutscene mark keep coming up because I kept trying to move. I kept thinking, okay, any moment now the QuickTime event is going to come up.
Господи правый.
My God, jeez.
Ты как?
Smith, how are you? Taylor,
Живой.
you're alive.
Пойдем.
Come on, let's go. Lead the way, man. You seem to know what's up. This game's got a sense of humor to it. You're actually keeping pace with me. That's cool.
Вот они.
Here they are. The frozen roots of the world tree. Smorodenka. This honestly feels like an animated movie I watched in the 90s. I'm not talking about it reminding me of anything in particular, I'm just saying the whole tone and vibe of this feels like one. But I guess that's the fairy tale nature again. I gotta say, it nails it. So, which way? Right here?
Нам к тем корням.
We have to go to those roots. The river of fire flows beneath them. If we thaw it, the temple will thaw too.
Не зря спички взял.
Good thing you took those matches along, eh?
Тогда и выберемся отсюда, так?
And then we're out, right?
Смотрим.
We'll see.
Думаю, у Лихи еще
But I think
найдется
Likho
для
has
тебя
more trials in
испытание.
store for you. Was part of the trial her chasing me around her living room trying to kill me? Granted, we didn't see what happens when we get caught, but I can't imagine it would have been good. Fairy tale fates are rarely pleasant. The World Tree. With its wide boughs and a mighty trunk, the World Tree stood between the faraway Sardom and the land of the living. Its roots clawed deep into the abode of the dead, where its bark offered a means of escape from the temple. I looked to the mighty tree, and desperation crept over me as I saw the ruthless frost covering it in ice. Leaves were raining down, the ground roaring and shaking beneath my soles. Cold gripped my heart. Will the ice close off the path between the worlds, I wondered? We can thaw the river over there. See the stairs? Or we can look around here first. I don't know, I'm kinda curious about the skull pile. Go away, shoo! Guild fellow, so to speak. Oh wow, the Bone Brigade is looking good. But the solution to this puzzle is quite clear. Alright, so that's going to be 2, 1, 3, 1. Wait, come on. No, so there's some I can't see. Right? Angles are going to be a big deal here. 2, 2, yeah. 3, 1. Unless... Nah. If we come around back, there's nothing going on. There is some sort of wood etching here. It almost looks like an angel leading someone to the site of a tree growing from a corpse. But look, let's think of it this way. Maybe the thing on the back is just lore or a red herring. Let's consider what else there is about these skulls, because a couple of them are embedded in the pile. If we look at it that way, 4 visible eyes, 3, 6, 1. Okay. 4, 3, 6, 1. Yes! Oh my god. See, that's what's starting to be the case with a lot of these, is that there's the obvious answer, and then there's the hidden one if you just consider the details a little more closely. It knows what it's meant to look like. It wants you to consider it more.
Сколько же лет этой книге?
How old is this book anyway? And we got the achievement Basat, find 10 tails. The blinding of one-eyed Yaga. Do you guys just have one-eyed variants of every creature? Once upon a time, there lived an old man and his old wife. They had a son, Ivan. He went to pick mushrooms in the forest and got lost. There was a hut. So he said, "Oh, a hut on chicken legs. Turn your eyes to the forest, hut. Turn your front to me." So he went into the hut. Inside there were many sheep, and it was warm. He went and lay down by the stove. Then Baba Yaga came in on bony legs, and she said, "Puh, no Russian smell has ever been smelled here before. I smell it now." She said, "Who is it?" "Ivan is the name." "What do you do?" "I walk and I forge." She said, "I have a crooked eye, so make me a new one." He got up from the stove and tied her up with a rope, and he burned her good eye instead. So she started swearing, "I'm not letting you out, you heretic." Then she sat on the threshold to guard it. "This will be the end of you." In this case, the Baba Yaga seems more like a victim than a creature of myth. In the morning, she began to let the sheep out of the hut to feed them. He sat and sat, and then he noticed her fur coat hanging on a pin. He turned the coat inside out and donned it. He started running like a sheep. She grabbed him by the wool and threw him out of the hut. He escaped, threw off the fur coat, and went home. Baba Yaga sat and sat on the threshold, and then she said, "Now you're hungry and lost, and I won't let you out." She started looking for him in the hut. She searched and searched, but couldn't find him. She went out and found the coat underfoot. She said, "The fool escaped. I must have thrown him out instead of a sheep, methinks. 'Tis the end." Sometimes it almost seems like there is no moral. Sometimes it's things just happening. I recently watched a Japanese movie called House from the late 70s, and I read a review that really stuck with me that said that in American ghost stories, they always have to explain it, where in Japanese lore, very often ghosts are more like the weather. That sickle, the one you cut the lock with, is special. I've heard something about it, but I can't quite remember what. Don't lose it. I feel it has a part to play. This is your key to escaping Likho. So I wonder... I mean, you've already basically said, but I'm wondering if you can come back with me. I don't think you can. It's definitely a conversation starter at the tavern. I will give you that. But ultimately, I'm thinking this sickle is going to be what removes my hand. Look down. There's a frozen river of fire below us. What are those things trapped in it? Idols or something? Can you set them on fire? Should I? At first I thought you were being a jerk telling me to look down. But had I not, I might not have noticed the big gaps in the metal. Guess that didn't land where it needed to. Try chucking a match on those logs. Maybe the ice will give. Oh, those aren't logs. Ah, it burns. Okay, let's get off of this thing. Yeah, nope. Over here. Maybe I shouldn't have taken my sweet time gawking at this. You alright, crab buddy? Whoa. The trials. Back to the temple again. Look, everything's thawed out. Yeah. I hope the church won't collapse without the ice holding it up. I feel like that's something we maybe could have considered before. Emptiness once more. Well, now that this is open, we'll be able to open that door, right? What are those gates? The temple has changed. Likho won't let us out that easy. The three-eyed and one-eyed sisters were in the tale. The first sister was shrouded in a spider's veil. Close to her was a flame held tight. Between sister and sheep burns the firelight. I'm gonna not touch those straight away. Oh, hey, there's one of you guys way up there. Okay, we're not meant to toss the match that far, although we maybe can do a trick shot. That's more or less straight up. Come on. It may not be far enough. I think it doesn't quite make the distance. No. Hard to tell from this angle. So, that's what it's like. Likho. Just one of many. Alright, so let's reread this. The three-eyed and one-eyed sisters were in the tale. The first sister was shrouded in a spider's veil. Close to her was a flame held tight. Between sister and sheep burns the firelight. The sheep was afraid at the sight of a beard. The second sister ran from the fire in fear. In a corner hid away, fleeing far from sister's gaze. It's a riddle that could potentially also be a word problem. Belly of the Dead Man, Island of the Dead. It's a map. A map of this land. Huh. And this is a map of the temple itself. With a whole lot of words I do not recognize. Creepy mask. An ancient rite. I strained to hear the whispering of the shades. The black triacle of my predecessor's ancient secrets. Triacle? Treacle? Everything was connected to this rite. Forgotten. Sealed away behind half-truths and hints. I was starting to comprehend. Was this the temple, the one from all the tales? I wanted to get to the bottom of this rite and spread the word about it to every corner of the world. I reached the land of the dead through the dark forest. She is testing me now, but this is not the end. I need the words of the ancient incantation. I need to taste the godly sustenance. The mistress of the animals must close her eye, so her stare can't burn away new threads of life. I had to escape and make the great sacrifice. Only then would I be able to live again. There's one I can get. I mean, it's surely too late to get any significant portion of these. But it's still really satisfying to get that sound.
Жутко как-то.
Eerie. Eerie's not the half of it. Okay, I'm thinking this word problem is going to be how we do this. We can look up at these murals.
Жуткие иконы.
Eerie icons. So have we been dealing with all of them, or is it just the one sister? Well,
От
here's
иконы кусок.
a piece of an icon, Uklad part. There's a sun seal. Okay. We've got a couple of different puzzles to solve here.
Не-а. Не
This doesn't
подходит.
fit. I just heard a goat.
Лев сторожит ворота
A
какие-то.
lion is guarding some kind of gate.
Смотри, тут
Look,
круги на вратах. того
circles
же
on the gate are the
размера,
same
что
size
та
as the sun
печать
seal.
с солнцем.
Yeah, there's a couple of different puzzles at play right now.
Какой-то кусок иконы.
Piece of an icon over
Мне
there.
туда не добраться.
I can't get in there. But perhaps there's something we can burn? There usually is. Look at this. I mean, I haven't been doing this nearly enough, but there is so much symbolic detail in everything. Man, this game deserves a lot of credit. This is a serious sleeper hit, I think. Can we look up
Ишь,
there?
глаз сколько.
Look at all those eyes. Yep. There's another one of these here.
Люди верхом на быке.
People riding an ox. Place the sun seal there. And on the back is something that resembles what's up here. Alright, we
А
can
можешь
instruct you to
достать
go
вон
get
ту
that thing.
штуковину?
Кусок иконы.
That piece of an
Конечно,
icon?
конечно.
Sure. Just a moment. I love your animation for grabbing that.
Держи.
Here, take it.
Святой какой-то.
A holy person. Maybe you can get up onto those platforms somehow? Either way, if we place you down, now we just need the one more. Question is, where is it? Oh, there's something back there. I can't reach it, though. Oh, some kind of book. Not that I can do anything with it.
Это печать для дверей.
It's their seal for the door.
Нужно разгадать загадку с
Need to
иконостасом.
solve the riddle of the iconostasis. Impressive vocabulary for like a 1500s Russian peasant. On the floor, there's that winged creature flying over a city. It's just, the devs put in all this detail. I want to make sure it gets looked at. We're just gonna have to start taking their things. It's gonna be about the placement. And it is a word problem, so the three-eyed and one-eyed sisters were in the tale. The first was shrouded in a spider's veil. Three-eyed face, one-eyed face, flame.
Не-а,
Can't put that
не
there.
подходит.
Okay. Close to her was a flame held tight. Between sister and sheep burns the firelight. So you would be holding the flame, and you would have the no. Yeah, no, you would have the sheep. As for the last two, well, I think we're missing something. The sheep was afraid at the sight of a beard. The second sister ran from the fire in fear. In a corner hid away, fleeing far from the sister's gaze. So you're either the three-eyed face or the one-eyed face. There we go. Wow, all that for a mechanism that knocks that thing down.
Печать от двери.
A seal for the door. This one's the moon seal. But its facade breaks away to reveal a more nightmarish face beneath. And that's saying something. So where to belongs the moon? Maybe in the same place as the sun. We cannot put it back. We could take down the sun seal from here.
Посмотрим, что осталось от
Let's have a
этого
look at what's
храма.
left of that temple.
Хотел бы я на него посмотреть.
I wish I could see it before it was covered in ice.
Заморозило.
There you are. We need to try something funny. Okay, it didn't spread like I thought it might. You still have enough food in there, right? Okay. Well, I still haven't opened up this Aether thing. And we're still missing something for you guys. Oh, and I bet finding all of that is going to be the solution. Now, this to me looks like maybe 817 something. Could we just brute force this, really? 817. Nah, it wouldn't be that simple, would it? See, the problem is I don't see another thing that can go there, but I don't want to leave this room. We'll obviously have to come back, but I'm worried that we won't have the opportunity to do what we need to.
Бес его знает, куда раньше вели эти
Devil
двери.
only knows where those doors used to
Владение
lead.
тех зверей среди
The
боевых
domains of the beasts from those carvings, maybe? We can only guess. Come on.
Вот она.
Here it is.
Огненная река.
The River of Fire.
Через нее можно перебраться
You can only
только
cross it by the bridge in front of the
по
temple.
храмам. По камням не
Can't hop across the rocks. The connection between worlds. Imprisoned in the merciless ice and snow, the temple was growing dark. I felt the old memories of gleaming gold slipping away, replaced by the overwrought iron of the present. But the iron was rusting, just as the gold had faded and the ancient murals crumbled to dust. But why? Was all this really beyond the power of the timeless faraway stardom to withstand? No, that wasn't it. I realized that this ice of oblivion was to blame for destroying the entire world, from the roots up to the very last leaf of the world tree. A sickness at the core of existence. I like how a little thing lets us know where you are. That icon is adorable.
Ты пока осмотрись.
You look
Я тут
around.
подожду.
I'll wait here. Look around I will. Oh wow, each of these things is interactive.
Образа святые,
Holy pictures.
железные обломки,
Chunks of metal.
овечий череп,
Sheep skull.
кирпичи.
Bricks. No. Can't pull it out.
Нет, не вытащить.
Думаю, смогу до нее добраться.
I think I
по
can reach it
трубам.
through the pipes. You would have to be guided there.
Паутина.
Cobwebs. Can I use that to maybe guide you through? If we could find a valve wheel, such as this one, we could open it up.
Свечи за решеткой.
Candles behind bars.
Так не пойдет.
Ну,
Alright, get in there.
попробуем достать печать.
Well,
Так
let's
куда
try and
мне
grab that seal.
направиться?
Well, where should I go? To the bones, I
Справа
guess?
лежит овечий череп.
Понял.
I see. Okay, next, we're gonna need you to go to the
Кузнец,
holy
я тут,
books.
у костей. Что дальше?
What's next? The
Рубей
icons.
снизу вижу несколько образов.
Понял.
It's like a co-op game. Alright, next up, you're gonna need to go to the cobwebs. Sorry about that.
Куда прикажешь?
В сторону паутины.
Вижу. Отсюда только
There's
один
only one way
путь.
out of here,
Чувствую верный.
and it's the right one, I
Встретимся
feel.
у печати.
See you at the seal.
Отлично. Хватай
Great.
печать и
Grab the seal
возвращайся.
and come back.
С радостью. Давно
With
пора.
pleasure. About time. How did you... Did you manage to get out way more quickly than I thought and still have time to go through the ground? This is a weird game.
Спасибо,
we got it.
портной.
Thank you, Taylor.
Обращайся.
Be my guest. Oh no, I gotta pull the valve wheel back. For some reason I just assumed it would be back in my inventory. Also, there's one of you guys.
Печать у нас.
Here.
Так
Now we have another
видишь?
seal.
И
At this
отворить
rate, we'll have the gates open in no time.
возможно.
Yes, we will. And out we go. Question now is, what about this last icon?
Не-а,
Nope, come on.
не подходит.
This way now.
Четвертая печать должна быть здесь.
The fourth seal must be here. Well, how many do I have? I only have 2 of them, right? I guess 2 of them are on doors. Another of you.
Думаю, это самая старая
It's the oldest part of the temple, methinks.
Гляди, какие узоры на
Look at those patterns on the walls. Look indeed ancient to the ancients. Hang on, I'm not done looking around yet. Might want to stay away from there. Oh, are those just gonna stay burning? Nope. Come on. Come on.
Чудные ворота. А это что за люди?
Fabulous gates.
Один безмолвный
And what are those lions
какой-то.
for? One doesn't have a face. But we need it to. Well, at first it looks like a bird, but each carries a face on its belly. Oh my, a hanging statue. And I can't tell, but it almost seems like its eyes follow me around the room. Come on. This is gonna be a big drop, sorry buddy. Death said, I saw a flock of helpers following the shades. Some were various animals, some dead people of ages past. Shades buried the restless dead, and I beheld countless graves. But his burial was a great blessing, for the second way to the temple was as fraught as the first. So the dead followed after their undertakers. A thankful corpse makes for a loyal and mighty helper. Join me for more unethical life pro tips.
Старинная роспись. Каких-то
Ancient
древних людей.
paintings of some ancient people. Alright, is this all there is to it? Okay.
Гляди, у той скульптуры
Look,
голова
that
львиная.
statue has a lion head.
Достанешь?
Can you get it?
Жди тут.
Sure, wait here.
Держи.
Here you are.
Теперь нужно найти.
Now we
чья
need to
это
find out
голова
whose
на
head this
самом деле.
is. Oh, I think we've got that pretty figured out. Easy peasy. A one-eyed creature surrounded by beasts. People afraid of it and being taken up into the air by winged creatures.
Ишь, звездно ты как.
Just look at all those stars. Constellations. Constellations in the eyes of the dead. Oh, I see. Oh, this is going to be sort of difficult. We need to form that line. We need to see it in what we've got. So, 4 points in a line. There we are. This is going to be a bit more complicated, isn't it? Alright. 4 points in a trapezoid, it seems like, but... Oh no. Okay, I see what we're doing, alright. The angle matters big time. Got that. So, beyond would be one more and then a curve, right? Or, this is kind of hard to make sense of. I wish he would stop spinning. That's wrong. Yeah, no, this is a tough one. Because you won't stop moving, primarily. Well, its prongs. It radiates outward toward the end. Oh, come on. There we go. There was some guesswork involved in that. But we got the comet seal.
Вот и последнюю печать.
Here's the last seal.
Пора отворить те
It's
ворота.
time to open those gates. Except, no it's not. Not yet, because we still don't have the other icon thing to figure out that other puzzle. Alright, so now we're gonna need you guys. So you, and that's 4 seals in our inventory. We could try brute forcing it the other way, and instead of being 8-1, we could say 1-8-7, and then there could only be 1 digit on the other thing. This isn't gonna work. Oh my god, the brute forcing actually... Oh. And you're just all here now. I don't think I was supposed to do that. But the 2 out of the 3 that I needed were right here, so okay. I might have broken
Интересно, что в этой
something.
будет.
I wonder what this page is about. Ivan Turdigan. And so she came out and said, "Well, you tricked Zme Goranch. You tricked me, the fierce snake maiden. If you ride by, go to see Grandpa Crooked Bogater. Say I send my regards." Okay, I'll go and see them. The pronunciations here are going to be impossible. And he arrived at that place, left the ship, and went to see the Crooked Bogatir. The Crooked Bogatir was having lunch. A whole roasted bull and a cauldron of water in front of him. "Hello, Grandpa Crooked Bogatir." "Oh, Ivan Turdigan. How are you here? Where has God brought you?" "I came to visit you. The fierce snake maiden sends her regards. She says her father had a gluttonous cow. She would eat a haystack and drink a vat of water all at once." "You're too young, Ivan Turdigan, to laugh at me like that." "Forgive me, Grandpa Crooked Bogatir, for I was joking." "Well, never mind. Sit down to lunch with me." So he sat and ate, for he couldn't refuse. He realized he was in a pickle. There was no escape. "I reckon, Grandpa, you want to see with both of your eyes?" "I certainly do. It would be better to see with both of them." "I can cure you. You'll see with both of your eyes soon. Do you have any tin?" "Why, sure I do." Ivan Turdigan melted the tin. "I need to tie you down to the stake now." So he tied him to a stake in the middle of the yard. "Turn around now." The Crooked Bogatir turned around, and the ties broke. "This won't do. You should be tied with the straps of old walrus hide. Do you happen to have some?" He found them. Ivan tied him up and told him to turn around. The old man turned around. The straps held tight. Ivan took the tin, melted it, and poured it into his good eye. "Ah, Ivan Turdigan, you deceived me. But no, you won't go. Hold the doors, keep the gates, and mind the fences." Ivan Turdigan tried and realized there was no way to go. The old man had some sheep, so Ivan went to them and tied himself up under the belly of a ram. The Crooked Bogatir walked around looking for Ivan Turdigan, but he couldn't find him anywhere. So the Crooked One cried out, "Oh, my lamb, come here!" The sheep came up to him one by one, and he would stroke them. Then Ivan pinched his ram on the side, so it butted the Bogatir with his horns. "You're playing tricks on me, ram." And the ram went in circles. The crooked bogatir got angry, took it by the horns, and threw it over the fence into the street. Slightly hurt, Ivan Turdigan untied himself, lay still for a while, got up and said, "Well, goodbye, Grandpa Crooked Bogatir." "Ah, you tricked Zmeg Orange. You tricked the fierce snake maiden, and now you've tricked me, the Crooked Bogatir, as well. If you go through the forest, there's a saber there. Take it. It will do you good." Ivan Turdigan came to the forest and saw the saber swaying in a tree. He thought, something might happen if I take it. He touched it with his little finger, and Grandpa Crooked Bogatir shouted, "Hold him in place." His finger was firmly stuck. Ivan Turdigan took out a knife and cut off his finger. So I think I got the point like 15 stories ago, but if anything, the moral of all of this is going to be that spider heads can float, and if you're going to accept artifacts from strange cyclops, make sure you only touch it with a limb you're willing to lose first. Right, so Sunseal goes here. Unless it doesn't. This one's sort of scratched out. But the pattern will be a bit different for all of them. We can check that by checking the seals. Okay. So you probably go there. You there. You there. Ha! It's opening. Oh my god. Well, that's awful.
Сюда! Скорее!
Over here! Hurry up! No. Behind that door! Quick! It won't hold her much longer. No, no, no. Oh, it's a chase. And we're struggling with these things.
О, сокровища!
Treasure!
Не до этого!
We don't have time for that. No, no, we don't. Back this way? No, there must be... No, here, the sickle.
Быстрее!
Quick,
Открывай
open the grate.
решетку!
Quick as I can. Come on. How would I open it?
Лихо близко!
Dear mother. Likho's near. Hide! Nope. Ah! I can't hide there. Sorry I started that fire. Got you now. Oh, I love how your subtitles vibrate. Taylor, are you there? It sees all. Well, I'd rather be dealing with her than the three-eyed sister. Only one to gouge. Hey, Taylor, if you want to jump in. No, seriously, are you gonna help me open this thing or what? Oh, no. You are not going to be happy when you hear me doing this. Have you moved on? No, you've only been distracted. Come on. Right here. Away we go. You heard the burning, but you didn't hear that. Oh, when we burn this. you go? No. That's right, just stand right there in the flames. Not like it makes much difference to you. That's not going to be agreeable. You're going to be coming. Hopefully it burns fast enough. Right through, yep. Thankfully we're fireproof as well. Oh, I can't see a thing. No, right here. Shift to run. Open up. Here she comes!
Уж не спрашивай.
How are you holding up? Don't ask.
В заперти.
She's trapped for now.
Проверим выход из
Let's check the
хлама.
temple's exit.
Я видел, как оно запирало дверь.
I saw her closing the door.
Придумаем что.
That's alright. We'll think of something.
Осмотрим двери.
Let's check the door for starters. Oh my god, those sections are so short. And I know they're not heavy on gameplay, but they're super panic-inducing every time. And while she's trapped, we've got the run of the place. Ooh. That's a long way down.
Запах.
The stench. Look at that, it's set out over a gap as if she still dines here, oblivious to the decay. As for the decay of the fruits themselves, well, maybe she just likes them that way. Through here, we may be able to see her coming when she comes back. The trials. There were trials ahead. The mistress of the animals only gave gifts to those who were worthy. I saw spirits who had passed her trials and gone back changed to the land of the living. I saw others fail. The goddess transformed those poor souls into dead sheep and left them to roam forever under the magnificent arches of her temple in the faraway Sardom.
Отблески пламени.
Flashes of fire. And giant spinning wheels. Well, we need to solve this now, but I'm thinking that is going to have to wait until next time. Until then, if you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more creepy and comfy content. If you have any ideas for other videos you think I should do, the best place to suggest that will be at the Discord, which I will link in the description. If you want to try this game out for yourself, that link will also be in the description. If you want to support me on Patreon, that link will be in the description. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.